Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of Inside the Dome. I'm John Dodera, and I'm joined with Carlin Jacob, and it is the return of Under the Lights. It is slowly coming back as football nears an end. It is slowly coming back. If you are very new to this podcast, Under the Lights is where we discuss broadly all of the top sports news happening over the past week or so. We try to do it in an hour maximum, so we don't like to go over. So we're going to do our best. We haven't done this in a while, but we have a big slate, a huge slate of topics to discuss. We'll start with the Royal Rumble because we are wrestling fans. We classify that as sports entertainment. So we always talk WWE on here. We'll start with that. Then we got NFL news, new head coaches, assistant coaches, especially with the Steelers. Some other news that broke in the NFL. We'll briefly touch on the NBA, NHL, tiny bit MLB, some news in college football, and we'll end it with UFC Winter Olympics. So, yeah, that's a lot. We'll try to get as much of it in the next hour. But before that, Carlin, it is a Thursday we're recording on, but happy Friday to everybody listening. How are you doing
today? Today is the last weekday of January, John. Yeah. It feels so good. This month has dragged. Oh so my. Much. So bad. Dude, doesn't it feel like longer than a month ago we saw Stranger Things?
Yeah, end of the year of 2025, December, it was Stranger Things. And
we went to a football game. We saw the Miracle Miss. Like, and it feels like that was years ago. Dude, my whole life has flipped upside down. But yeah, we're going to start talking with WWE. John, do you want to explain the new addition we're adding for 2026 with WWE?
You explain it.
All right. We'll see if John knows what I'm talking about. We're gonna write down our predictions.
Yes.
We have not done this ever. And John and I decided, you know what? For the PLEs, we're gonna do it. Only the PLEs. So Saturday night's main event does not count, as well as
pretty much Saturday night's
main event. And week shows. Week shows do not count. That was my other point. The only iffy we might have with that is we are going to SmackDown in March. That is confirmed on the road to Royal Rumble. We will be in Pittsburgh. Can't wait for that. The only other thing I would say is if there's like a title on the line or something, and it's like mentioned before, we'll do a weekly prediction. We'll talk about that. But if they decide to add that night championship match, we can't predict that beforehand, you know? So
yeah.
But we're gonna talk Royal Rumble now. The first Royal Rumble in Saudi history, minus the Great Royal Rumble.
Greatest Royal Rumble.
The greatest Royal Rumble with 60 entries. 50. Yeah, that was a lot of freaking entrances. They do seem like they're doing a lot for this. It seems like it's going to be a Mania level type of event. There's a lot going to it. I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
Did you see
online.
The stadium that they're building? Like they built like a whole new stadium.
That's so quick. Sick logo. Yeah, they built so quick.
I hope it's like sturdy and ready to go.
But you would think too they're going to do that for Mania.
Yeah, because they'll have a whole year then to get ready for WrestleMania.
You have to build a bigger stage, by the way, for Mania.
Yeah.
Then again, it depends how many people go.
I don't know what the stage for the Rumble looks like fully.
We'll see Saturday.
We'll see. It'll be great.
It'll be
a great show.
I am glad this is at 2:00, by the way, because UFC is on later that night.
Yes, UFC. We actually can watch it now. More on that later. Thank you, Paramount. But the fact that this is happening at 2 p.m. Eastern time actually works perfect for us. So I'm really excited for it.
For predictions, by the way, can we work backwards?
Yeah, we'll work backwards. So one other thing with our predictions, if you listen to our other podcast, The Final Verdict, it's almost like that, how we have it in our little document. We have rankings for movies and TVs. This is rankings for PLEs. So that's how we do it. But under each PLE, we have predictions for each show happening. So for the Royal Rumble, there are only 4 matches to predict. Only 4.
One more thing. Sorry. Yeah. If there is a match announced on SmackDown, we will obviously make the prediction and write it down, and we'll talk about it next time we come back for Under the Lights. Obviously, if they announce another match, we cannot predict that in time. So Just so people know, if we're missing a match, that's why.
We're looking at you, Finn Balor and CM Punk, if you decide to have a match.
They won't.
Maybe Jade Cargill decides to have a match. I doubt it. I think I was just watching, actually, the last year Royal Rumble event, the 2 Rumble matches, because I wanted to... It's cool to like watch the Rumble the year before, just to see how much has changed. Just who's a face, who's a heel, what's happening now, who's released. Like the whole Pure Fusion Collective, if you even remember what that is from the women's division. They were running rampant last year. But it's fun to watch. But typically on Rumble shows, there's only 4 matches. So I doubt they're going to add a 5th.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I think these are the 4. So the first match that we'll predict. Well, actually, we'll skip one. Drew versus Sammy, because I think it's the easiest to predict. We'll start with that. And we'll do it. Do you want me to go first?
I want to go first. I want to go first. Sammy. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, listen. It sounds so stupid, I know, and I'm gonna ride on this. This will be like my one hot take of the year, and I know I'm already using it. However, John and I were texting the other night. It's basically being set up Drew versus Jacob versus Cody for the title at Mania. And why would you give it on Sammy? Because I also don't feel like that needs a title as well. It could, but if you want to do that, it would be a massive shocker. It would be a giant. But it doesn't even say that Sammy keeps the title. He could lose it, not immediately, but he could lose it, you know? So I'm going to say Sammy. I know that's such a far stretch, and it doesn't happen. But we had surprises last year, like Io Sky win it after Elimination Chamber, and then we had that triple threat, you know, which we kind of smelled cooking, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised. I would be very surprised. I'm not going to lie. But I want to start strong. And if it happens, hey, we can laugh about it if it doesn't. So
I just can't see Drew McIntyre losing his belt literally right after winning it. I can't see it. I just can't. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would be here for it if maybe it's going to be a fatal 4-way with Sami Zayn in the mix. Big time feud. Who knows? But I mean, I don't know what the direction is going to be for Sami Zayn for WrestleMania. So maybe this is the direction. Maybe he's a part of the grind for the championship, whether he has it or not. I just can't see them in Drew's first defense on TV. I can't see him losing right out of the gate. I just can't. I would love it. Obviously, the Saudi crowd is going to be all for Drew McIntyre. Or not Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. They will definitely not be all for Drew McIntyre. I'm typing Drew's name right now. That's why I said it. But I think Drew retains. I think they're going Drew, Cody, Jacob at Mania. I think they are. But then again, stranger things have happened. Last year happened where whatever we thought was going to happen at the Rumble didn't happen. So
yeah, we have a new GM hire, by the way. I don't know if we're going to talk about that, but
we might save that for later. I'm going to say Drew wins, though. I'll say Drew wins. Next match. Gunther versus AJ Styles. If Styles loses, he retires. Oh, boy. Now, I would say that, first off, Styles said that 2026 is his last year of wrestling. So, whether he retires now or in December, he's retiring at some point in 2026. It's just a matter of when. If he retired at the Royal Rumble, that would be very early. That would be calling it quits very early.
It would also be poetic because he debuted at the Rumble.
A decade ago.
So, I mean, there's that. I will say, though, too, there are the things of AJ Styles trademarking his logo and his name in his song.
Yeah, but I've heard that's. I heard one thing saying that's very traditional for wrestlers to do periodically.
Now the only other thing they could do with this too, by the way, if AJ theoretically wins, if we're not predicting this, is they could just keep running it like he wins and then he comes on Monday Night Raw and be like, the next time I lose, I'm done. And you could just run it that way, which would be fun.
Yeah. A little fun fact.
But that's if he escapes.
Yeah, a little fun fact. I think that's what Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson did in AEW. He won the title, and I think he said, like, once I lose it, I'm done. Like
Yep.
full time. And I don't think he's wrestled since. So that would be interesting as well. But this is a tough one to predict. Let's say this. If AJ loses, I don't think he goes to AEW or anything like that.
I think he's
Because
done.
I think he's done. When he retires, because I heard one thing like he wants to be a trainer or something like that. I don't think he is going to go to a different company, kind of like what Edge did when he left. I don't think he's doing that. I think once he retires, he retires. This is very tough because there's one thing I know people saw Shinsuke Nakamura, what he posted, and it alluded to the fact that AJ could be done at the Rumble. They're giving AJ a lot of final matches recently with Shinsuke, with Punk, with Cena. So that's also very interesting. I am going to say, though, that AJ wins. I could easily see Gunther win and retire AJ, but I'm going to say AJ wins. I think if I had to guess, I think he retires at WrestleMania. I think they will, because you have to think too, if Gunther wins, like what's fully next for Gunther? What's next for him? Is it a title? I don't know. I think this feud is strong enough to where you can do a rubber match at WrestleMania. AJ wins here. It doesn't have to be a clean win. It could be a roll up of death or something like that. Like it could be a crazy roll up. AJ escapes, keeps his career alive. It would have been cool if Gunther had the belt or a belt, and they could have done like title versus career. But I think my guess, or at least of what I would like to see happen, they take this to Mania. Because you also have to think, like, if he retires, it's going to be pretty depressing, like, whatever's next. Like, one of our favorites just retired, and then we have to watch Drew versus Sammy or something else. Like, I'd feel bad. But I don't know. I think AJ wins. I'm not confident, though.
I was on the fact right now that AJ loses and Gunther wins. However, I like your idea at Mania. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do Oba versus AJ.
Oh,
but
you mean Gunther?
Yes, but let's go crazy. I say AJ wins via disqualification. I say AJ wins. He puts up one heck of a fight, more than Cena did. Can't give up. Gunther's going mad, goes insane, goes and grabs a chair and punches him or something. Loses his mind with the ref, gets disqualified, and AJ wins. And AJ technically didn't beat Gunther, but AJ doesn't have to retire because AJ won.
Yeah.
Which is an scapegoat for the situation they're in.
AJ retiring at Saudi Arabia, too, just doesn't excite me.
No.
Because I know that crowd likes certain wrestlers like Sami Zayn. I don't know how they're going to fully embrace AJ or not. But I think AJ should retire at Mania. If he's not going the whole year, he should retire. Honestly, if you book it right, AJ Gunther could main event night one of Mania. If you book it really well and you make it engaging throughout the next couple months, AJ's last match as a wrestler could be in a WrestleMania main event. It could be, because that'd be a great way to end the night. Like a Legends final match, and then nothing has to follow after it except night 2 of Mania. So if you want to do that, that is an option. I think it would be better, unless AJ is just ready to call it quits now. Then that's his choice too. So he could still go. Now here's where it gets interesting. We'll start with the ladies. The women's Royal Rumble match happening. Oh boy. Now, last year I was doing this on the Beyond the Mat podcast. Check out their podcast, because I'm sure they might be doing the exact same thing. But or at least I was tasked to predict every single entrant. I did not do that this time around. I just did not have enough time.
Maybe next
I'm sure they are. Maybe next year. I'm sure they are, though. So if they are, check them out. Beyond the Mat, Nico Coretta.
Wait, but the one question: who enters first? Who enters second?
That's fair. I would say. Ooh, do you have anyone in mind right now?
No, I don't.
Oh boy!
You could do Becky AJ.
No, AJ's not number one.
Becky Maxine.
I don't think it's gonna be Becky. I think Liv was last year. I was just watching it. It was Liv and Io were the number one and number two.
It won't be Liv and Io.
I don't think Rhea.
Raquel. No, Stephanie's not in it. Raquel, Nikki.
Nikki's a heel. Give me, off the top of my head, give me Bailey and give me Charlotte and Becky. How about that? Charlotte and Becky, two rivals out of nowhere.
Ooh, okay. What about Rhea and Asuka?
That wouldn't be bad as well.
I'll say Rhea, Asuka. My prediction for who's winning it all. I have a hot take first. AJ Lee will not be.
We also say runner-up too.
Okay. AJ Lee will not be returning in this Royal Rumble. She will not fight in it. I don't think she is. I'm not going to get political on it. I just don't think she's going to be there. And if she is, okay, I'll eat my words. We'll talk about it next week. I have a feeling she'll be at Chamber. I don't think she'll be here.
It's also a tough flight, too.
It's a tough flight, and we know Punk's thoughts about Saudi. And if Punk was there, maybe. I just don't see it happening. I think she returns for Chamber. She will be at Mania, but I don't think she'll be at the Rumble. And everyone's going to be mad about it. 100%.
I would be mad about it just because she's just been so on and off from TV.
I also feel like they would have declared her by now, which is stupid because they're declaring random people.
But I like that she wouldn't be declared because you need some surprises still.
You do.
You need some.
So let's talk about who wins.
You're first.
Bianca. If Bianca is returning, I think Bianca wins, and they're going to set up Bianca versus Jade at Mania.
Okay.
That's my thought. The runner-up. You could do Rhea.
Okay.
Because they have history, but they don't have enough history. You know, Rhea eliminates Asuka, and then it's going to be the two people who were trying to fight Io last year for the title, and they both lost. They're both trying to go back after the title. But Bianca wins it. That's my guess. I like that. So Bianca wins it. Rhea runs up. That's my guess.
I'm on Fightful.com, and they actually have some betting odds. So for the women, Liv Morgan is the favorite, minus 125. She's the favorite. And then after her, as an ad pops up on my screen, Bianca Belair is right after, plus 150. So it's Liv Morgan, then Bianca Belair. After that, it's Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton and Becky Lynch. So it's interesting. It's Liv or Bianca. If Bianca shows up, it's her. Because then you can set up Bianca versus Jade. You can do that. It's possible. The only question is Bianca Belair going to show up? That's the only question. Because if she doesn't even show up, then that prediction's dead. Absolutely dead. So I'm going to make it fun. You took Bianca. I'm going to take Liv. Because if Bianca is not there, I'm going to be just depressed, and then it's not as fun. If we're watching the Rumble, it'd be fun if we had some different people. I'm going to say Liv Morgan wins, because then you can focus on that side of the division where Raquel Rodriguez is going after Stephanie Vaquer, and now Liv Morgan has a title shot. You can create some drama between the two of them. There's some interesting story. Plus, I saw one thing, too, like Liv's been losing a little bit, so she kind of needs a little rebound here. And she's also been the runner-up a lot in the Royal Rumble, so she's due at some point. So I'm going to say Liv Morgan. My runner-up in this scenario would be Rhea Ripley. She finally takes out her foe when it matters most. So I'll say Rhea Ripley is the runner-up, or Io, but I'll say Rhea Ripley. I think it'll work. Rhea? I will say, though, if I do hear Bianca Belair's music, I think Bianca's going to win.
Do you think she's number 30?
In the 20s. I don't think they'll put her at 30. But I'll say
against the wall.
I'll say that Liv Morgan wins. We'll change it up.
Who? What about the men's? The good one. They're both good ones. Sorry. but the men's.
Oh, the men's. I just took away the betting odds. Let me pull those back up. Okay, the men's. The favorite right now for the men is Roman Reigns, plus 150. The second place person is Gunther, tied actually with Braun Breaker, plus 200. Then there's Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, and then LA Knight and Jacob Fatu after that. CM Punk has odds. Why does CM Punk have odds when he's the world champion? Like, why would he be in the match? Why?
Why not?
I mean, that's happened. I'll say this. It's happened before where they'd be in just so, like, they won't have to defend, I don't think. And I know in 2016, Roman actually defended his title in the Royal Rumble match. Like, the match was for his title, which was a very interesting year. Triple H won that. But, yeah, so Roman's the favorite. Is Roman going to win, though? I think this one's a lot harder to predict because, one, Drew is now the champion, so that complicates things. I think if Cody was still champ, then I would easily say Roman for Cody Roman because they were teasing that at War Games. Unless that's all for nothing. I don't know. But I almost think it is going to be all for nothing. I don't think that little Roman Cody tease is going to lead to anything. I think they've already pivoted away from that. I don't think it's Roman Reigns. I don't. Oh, 1 and 2. Who do we think is 1 and 2? It's like Cody starts.
Cody and Jacob.
That'd be insane if Cody and Jacob started. Oh,
what
boy.
else would make sense? You could have El Grande versus El Grande. That would be funny.
You hear El Grande's music, and then you just hear the original El Grande's music.
Because it was Penta last year.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be hilarious, actually. I hope it's that.
We just gonna go El Grande versus El Grande. Fair enough.
Well, let's go with, or if they did it where it was actually Chad Gable and then Ludwig Kaiser, and then one by one they get eliminated, and then their El Grande self comes out later.
That'd be funny.
Like as a new entrant. And they're just confused. I think it'd be. There's going to be a spot for that.
They could rig it where Chad starts, and then the new El Grande comes out, and Chad gets eventually eliminated, and then the old El Grande
Chad
comes
one.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
El Grande and El Grande. All right, who wins it?
Okay. I think I'm going to say. I was not even thinking him for a while. Roman was on my mind for a lot, but then I started thinking, if Roman wins, who's he going to fight? It shouldn't be Punk. They're both baby faces. They both fist bumped each other after War Games. I don't see them doing Roman and Drew. So I took Roman off. I don't think it's Cody unless you turn him heel, and I don't think it's Jacob. I think they'll figure that out another way. At this moment, I'll say Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. I think, am I the biggest fan of it? Not really. Just because he just lost to Punk, you might as well have just given him the belt then. But who else is Punk going to face off the top of my head? Seth? He ain't coming back, I don't think, for the Rumble. If Seth returns, it's Seth. If Seth returns, it's Seth. But I don't think he's returning. But I'm going to say Braun. It's a building moment for him. He can establish himself, and he beats Punk at Mania. It could just be the right choice at the end of the day. Not sure how I would fully feel about it. It's probably not the greatest ending. Might be the more predictable ending. I'll say Braun Breaker, though, because I don't fully know who else it would be. But then again, they surprised us crazily last year with Jey Uso. Jey Uso's not winning this Rumble. But I'll say Braun. I have some dark horses later. I'll say the runner-up in this scenario is Roman Reigns.
Fair.
Just a powerful Elin.
All right. Here's my prediction. Roman wins it. I'm going to go the lame route. I think they're going to redo the magic that happened last time he won it because not everyone was a fan of that, and The Rock had to come out and be like, hey, look what happened.
And they still booed him.
They still booed him. But I think Roman wins it.
And fights who?
I think Seth's the runner-up. I think Roman fights Punk. Here, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think it can happen. Why? Why not?
no. Because I'm tired of this. They team up in war games, then they fight each
Twice.
other. They teamed up again in war games. They're the Zebros. They are the Zebros from Zootopia.
Who cares? I mean,
They fist pumped after war games. Like, we're cool. We don't need it.
you know what I think they would do? Seth returns. Seth's the runner-up. Roman eliminates Seth, and they run the triple threat back for the title.
Oh, I hope they don't do that again.
I'm gonna say Roman. Do you put Zebra Bros?
No, I was just typing in the wrong
I mean, but I don't want them to run back. Braun.
Braun and Punk. Yeah, I don't either, but I don't know what they're gonna do. But the Vision needs a big win too. Like, if the whole Vision loses, then they're just in the gutter, and they need something.
Unless they do like Logan.
That's what I was thinking. As like a random pick, if they went random, Logan Paul just wins the Rumble.
He would be so booed and so hated, and he already has a thing with
Punk.
But then like Braun can like turn on him because Braun wants the title and he thinks he deserves the title.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can have like some cool friction there within the Vision. Like, Braun was supposed to be the top guy, and now Logan Paul won the Rumble. And Logan and Punk would be a fun match.
I'm not gonna predict Logan.
I'm not either, but we're throwing it out there.
But we are throwing it. So if it happens, you heard it here first on Inside the Dome, and we're currently 30 minutes in, and we haven't got to anything else.
These are important.
We'll talk about it next week. Everything that happens. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll recap it. I think it's Braun or Roman. If Seth returns, Seth wins. I'll start saying it.
See, but Seth would have to return at number 30.
Yeah, return at 30, win, and challenge.
See, Punk. But then the Vision ain't gonna rock. But that Vision ain't gonna rock with it.
Then the Vision can try to win the chamber and join the match. Then, because I do think if Seth went, I don't even like when they took Seth away from the Vision. I don't know, because I don't know what they're going to do with him when he comes back. I was liking what he was doing beforehand. So, oh well. We could go on about this forever. I hope Roman doesn't win. You know me and Roman. Our history. Not really.
Unless Roman goes after Drew.
I would not mind Roman and Drew and maybe Jacob and Cody do their own thing. But I wouldn't mind that at all. Maybe Jacob wins.
Or Cody could go face Punk. They've been teasing that too.
Maybe that as well. Well, not with Drew as the champ. Cody wouldn't move on from that. Maybe Jacob wins and big moment for him. Who knows? There's a lot of options for the Royal Rumble this year, which I like. It's not obvious who's going to win it. So can't wait for that. Let's move on now. Let's move on. NFL. What's been happening in the NFL?
Too much.
Super Bowl is next week. I'm not going to talk about that much. There was a little bit of news there. Head coaching hires so far. Oh boy. Only 2 spots remain for head coaches. The Giants got John Harbaugh a while back. That's been situated for a while. The Giants got Harbaugh. Nothing much has changed there. The Dolphins got Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator from the Packers. He's been a very good defensive coordinator, so they are definitely thrilled to have him. The Titans got Robert Saleh. He was the defensive coordinator of the 49ers. He got the head coaching job of the Jets, was fired after 3 seasons, went back to the 49ers as their defensive coordinator. And then a year later, he's back as a head coach, this time with the Tennessee Titans. Now, with that, Brian Daboll is likely to become the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. So, technically, when you think of it, the fired New York Jets coach and the fired New York Giants coach are teaming up together to form a team in Tennessee. So, how will that work? I don't know. I like Saleh, but it's hard to rebuild the Jets. We're already learning that with Aaron Glenn. It's hard to fix them.
Those moments when everything changed.
Alexa, stop. That's insane. Didn't even ask her anything.
Nope.
Okay. She doesn't like the Titans as well. The Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski. the fired coach from the Cleveland Browns. Did you see what Baker said about this?
I did. I don't fully remember what he said, though.
I'm going to find it because this was a full-on tweet. This wasn't a report or a sources said type of thing.
Baker said it himself.
Yeah, he said something crazy out of nowhere, which is going to be interesting because Baker is on the Buccaneers. Stefanski is on the Falcons, same division. So here's what he said. First off, this one guy said, Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. QB Shador Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. So that was the original tweet. Baker responded to that. Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him, aka Stefanski, after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. So Baker does not like Kevin Stefanski. Does not like him. That trade was terrible. The whole Baker ordeal with Deshaun Watson, terrible. And Baker obviously feels disrespected by this. Sunday Night Football, week 1, if possible. Do it.
No, it can't be.
Monday Night Football.
Oh, Monday.
There we go. Monday Night Football, make it possible. Would love to see the two of them go head-to-head right away. Steelers. Mike McCarthy. Do we have any new thoughts on Mike McCarthy now that we've been able to digest?
No, I mean, we'll see what coach does. I really can't comment on it until I see what he plays. Like, you can say everything right in the book, but until that first game of the season happens, it gets all thrown out the window. You know?
That's true. I've definitely cooled off a little bit. A little bit. Is it the best hire? No. But I've cooled off. I am now willing to hear out. I'm willing to hear him. He had his press conference. Gave the good answers, I thought. He seemed passionate, a little teary-eyed at one point. Seems like he wants to be here. Seems like he's not a guy, especially at his age, 62. He doesn't seem like a guy that is ready to take this job and then move on to something else bigger. I think he is here until he's done. So he's dedicated. He was born here. He made that known. Big family. I'm willing to give him a chance. The big thing is the coordinators. Now, he has hired Patrick Graham to be the defensive coordinator, likely, hasn't been confirmed by the Steelers, but Patrick Graham is likely to be the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, who is he? 47 years old. Wiki's saying he's the coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was previously the coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, most recently, in a way, we're going to go from 2020 on. So, in 2020, he was the defensive coordinator under Joe Judge in New York. That was a long time ago. And that obviously didn't go well. Then he went to the Raiders. He was not retained, or Brian Dable wanted to retain him. Then he chose to go to the Raiders. He was retained by Josh McDaniels, Antonio Pierce, and Pete Carroll. They all retained him in Vegas. So I bet the next Raiders head coach would want to retain him too. He is not going to be retained. He is going to Pittsburgh. So Raiders offense, he's going to have a better thing to work with here, I would say. The Raiders offense is flawed, but has some strong pieces. So I think that's wait and see. He needs a good offensive coordinator, even though he's probably going to call the plays. But they need a good offensive coordinator. I'm willing to give him a chance. The Bills got Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator. They fired Sean McDermott just to hire their current offensive coordinator. Okay. I guess.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. It's not as interesting as the Browns.
We'll get to them right away. But did they really think that Joe Brady was going to leave if they kept McDermott? Or, I don't know. Maybe, I'm guessing when they fired McDermott, they didn't want Brady to leave. So they're like, we'll give you the head coaching job. I don't even get why they fired McDermott still. I think they were just very competitive, and it was literally Josh Allen who couldn't make the plays when it mattered most. Can't blame that on a head coach all the time. They use head coaches as scapegoats too much. I don't know if this is going to even change much for the Bills. Maybe it will, and we'll eat our words. I don't know. But the very interesting one, not this one, Jesse Minter with the Ravens. He was the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. He was with Jim Harbaugh even back in Michigan. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it's a new, fresh face. The Browns. What on earth is this? They got Todd Monken, the former offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. They now have Todd Monken.
Interesting. I saw this and I was like, huh?
Were you yawning while you did it?
Yeah, I did yawn while they did it. They did what? I mean, we had off-screen conversations about the Browns and what they did when they hired him. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking when they hired Todd Monken. But then again, here's the thing: the Browns is such a crappy organization that it's not going to matter. You know, a head coach can only do so much.
Stefanski got him to the playoffs twice.
I know.
Such a bad organization. He was able to do that with them. And then you fire him, and you bring in Todd Monken. 59 years old. He's going to be 60 in 6 days at the time this drops. And he is the head coach of Cleveland. I believe he was at Cleveland at one point, too. Yes, he was the offensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns in 2019. After that, he went to Georgia, where he won 2 national championships as their offensive coordinator. Then he went to Baltimore and was their coordinator, helped Lamar Jackson to kind of take the next step. Now he's the head coach. I guess they're thinking he's going to help the quarterback that the Browns will start take the next step. I don't know if that's going to happen. But to get a team out of the gutter, the organization's such a mess. I don't know if this seems very temporary. I feel like this is not going to work out. The defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, wanted to be the head coach. And because he's not the head coach, I don't think he wants to be there anymore. So I was going to say Steelers get him, but that's not an option. So unfortunate, but the Browns will continue to be the Browns. The only 2 openings left are with the Cardinals and the Raiders.
And honestly, at this rate, those spots should be filled by Sunday. So
yeah, they should be. A lot of people are saying Clint Kubiak to the Raiders, which actually would be a very good hire.
Yeah.
Especially, that's definitely the most intriguing job because of Fernando Mendoza.
There was something
in the air tonight, the stars were bright. Fernando. Cardinals, I don't know who would want to go there. Don't know at all.
They need a fresh restart.
They do. Probably will move on from Kyler Murray. Some assistant coach hires. We already talked about Patrick Graham. Mike McDaniel is officially the offensive coordinator of the Chargers. Maybe that'll get Herbert over the hump. Maybe. We'll see. It's a good hire, though. It's a really good hire. So hopefully it works out. Brian Dable, we already mentioned. I believe the Eagles got a new offensive coordinator. Let me pull that up. That was just recent.
I did see that news.
It was a former quarterback who... Sean Mannion, I believe, is to become their next offensive coordinator. Let's see what he's been doing, because I know Eagles fans, I don't know how they're feeling about it. I'm sure they have a lot of emotions. He's only 33 years old. He was a quarterback. In terms of his playing history, he's been on a bunch of teams as a backup. As a coach, he was an offensive assistant in Green Bay. In 2024, he was their quarterback's coach in 2025, and now he is an offensive coordinator just like that. Philly fans, I hope you're hanging in there. Who knows how that's going to go? Oh, boy, it's going to be the story of the year, I bet. Not a lot of experience. Nathaniel Hackett, remember him? He's going to be the quarterback's coach for the Dolphins. Tua, good luck. He's even the quarterback. Aside from that, Kirk Cousins might be released. I heard about that. So Steelers might be looking at him. Not confirmed, though. Not fully confirmed. Other than that, I think that's it for those, but there's still more news. I'm going to skip the next thing because I don't think that's very much a big deal. The big news, though. One, Shador Sanders is a Pro Bowl quarterback. Yeah.
This is the most stupidest argument in the world. Trevor Lawrence. Come on. I'm sure Trevor
sit for a second.
I'm sure Trevor Lawrence was offered and he declined. There's like no other excuse.
Yes.
There is not. I would have tried seeing if I could have lured Aaron Rodgers.
I'm sure he was asked as well, and he declined.
Which he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do it.
He's in a darkness retreat.
I don't know. I mean, it's good for him if he wants to show off his arm and his talent off of the Cleveland Browns. He's the first ever Cleveland Brown quarterback in a very long time to be a Pro Bowler. I mean, hey, no disrespect to him. He deserves it. But come on, like, there was a bunch of other options out there. There really was.
Let's look at all the options real quick. I just pulled it up. Josh Allen.
Yeah, but he broken foot.
Yep,
we'll broken foot.
Yeah. Tua.
No.
Yeah. Oh, and you compare him with Shador, though? I mean,
yeah, but Tua got benched.
He did get benched. Drake May is in the Super Bowl, so he can't. Justin Fields and
no, he got benched.
AFC North, Lamar.
He didn't play all year.
So did Shador.
Neither did Shador, but I'm sure Lamar also was hurt on and off. So let's say no.
Let me just make sure, like, I know who's in the Pro Bowl too. Okay, pulling it up. Offense: Stafford, Dax, Sam Darnold. Well, he's not in it anymore. Where's the AFC? Well, is it going to show me the AFC? Okay, AFC roster. There it is. View roster. Quarterbacks: Josh Allen, but he can't play. Drake May, he can't play, and Justin Herbert were the three. So I don't even know who the other alternate is. But I digress. Let's keep going. Lamar somehow won't make it. Joe Burrow, I guess, didn't want to do it. Shador. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers. Trevor Lawrence. Guessing he said no. CJ Stroud. I guess he said no.
Would it be crazy to have Cam Ward over him?
Yeah, because Cam Ward played the whole season. Daniel Jones, I guess, can't. Mahomes, injured.
ACL.
Herbert's in. Bo Nix is injured. I mean, I guess there aren't a lot of options.
It's just funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's the fact that he's going to be able to say that he was a Pro Bowl quarterback is just kind of funny.
Power to the good. His rookie year.
Yeah.
We'll see. I want to see who's going to replace Josh Allen. If it's like Rodgers or something, then we have to have a serious conversation about Shador.
What if they just do Dylan Gabriel too?
Why not? Honestly, and then take out what's his name can say, no, I'm good. We'll put in Joe Flacco.
Put in like Deshaun Watson as well. Have it be the three Browns quarterbacks and just let them battle it out.
Well, that's why I said Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco started for them.
That is true. Joe Flacco. Flacco would be better than Shador.
Joe Flacco got snubbed. You know who also got snubbed? Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, brother. Why do we have to have this conversation? I think John can agree. I think I can agree. Bill Belichick was traumatizing our childhoods with Tom Brady. And I do not like the man. However, that doesn't mean I respect the man. He should have been a first-round ballot Hall of Famer. It is insane that he is not. I am sorry. Yes, he has his controversies. But then again, everyone does too. I'm like, isn't OJ in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. I was there like 2 years ago, and I saw some interesting faces.
Yeah, I saw some interesting. I've been there too. It's cool. It's been a while. You were more recently. But point being, OJ's in the Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick did one Spygate that was never fully confirmed. I think this is a ridiculous thing that this happened. And it sucks because the Hall of Fame used to be this big standard. All these people used to get in. Hell, induct Shador Sanders next season. He's a Pro Bowler.
Let's do it.
Why not? It just sucks. I feel bad for Bill Belichick. He should have been in. No,
I don't think they revealed yet who's in the Hall of Fame this year.
No,
like they didn't. So that's going to be more interesting to see who.
There honestly could be a turnaround of them actually saying, you know what, he deserves to be in it. We messed up.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. He's like, gonna be in at some point. Though.
Yeah, he will. But like Jimmy Johnson from Dallas, who's on Fox, he said he's not attending it this year.
I don't tune in ever.
No, he's not attending it.
Oh, he's not attending. Okay.
No.
Yeah. It's whatever. I don't care. Maybe they saw what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everything happening right now.
Also, it's really been 5 years since he's been a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I said, I think this is ridiculous that he's not in there. However, we don't have a say who gets in there, who gets not. It's going to be interesting to see what the outcome of all of this is, though. So
yeah, it'll be interesting, but probably should have been in. Kind of funny though. We'll skim through a couple things because we're running low on time. NBA, yeah, my Warriors might be cooked. Might be. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL a while back. It's very underwhelming.
I love your word to describe it.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Can't
not
say
saying
that.
it.
Nope.
What's interesting is the trade deadline, I believe, is February 6th, 5th. So,
do you think that Giannis gets traded? He wants out.
I don't know because they say that all the time, and Giannis a bunch of the times comes out and says he's not wanting to be traded. Until he says it himself, I don't buy it.
Fair.
I'll say it's not going to happen at the deadline. I don't think it'll happen.
I agree.
I would love for the Warriors to get Giannis. I would love it. I don't see it. I don't see him going anywhere. The Warriors have been winning a little bit lately. So even without Butler, I just don't think it's going to be sustainable for a run. Kuminga should have been traded in the offseason. I don't know why he wasn't. I don't know why we extended him because we like benching him and now he's hurt. So they need to make a move. If they don't make a move, they're scared and they're cowards. They need to make a move because Jimmy Butler might not be back until mid next season. They could try trading him, dumping his contract at this point. So kind of a mess for the Warriors. NHL, Penguins have been doing good. They've been.
Do you see their score right now?
What's their score right now?
5-1.
We're winning?
Yeah, in the second period.
I need to go to a game soon.
Yeah, you haven't been here.
I haven't. Dan Moose, new head coach. Sometimes that's all it takes. Yeah, he's not an old guy.
They were a lot. Originally, my argument was like they were this, and this, and they're because they have 11 ties from losses, and I don't think they should categorize it different, but they do, which is a whole different conversation for another day. But my original argument was like it's way too close for me to be like, oh, like they could have been easily below 500. That's how many losses they have, but they don't categorize it that way.
Yeah,
but they are better.
26, 14, and 11, so 11 overtime losses. So that's 11 points in the NHL world.
So
what's interesting is technically the two wildcard teams in the Eastern Conference have more points than the Penguins. But that's just the Atlantic Conference being so good this year. But I'm just looking at it right now because I haven't fully been able to keep up with hockey. I tend to once football ends. Florida's not in a playoff spot at this very moment. They're already 52 games in. So we're over halfway.
You know what's coming up, by the way, that you do not have written down?
What?
The Stadium Series.
Who's in it?
Do you know where? Do you know? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you know who's playing in the Stadium Series?
No.
Yes. It's on Sunday.
I don't know. Bruins and Blackhawks.
The Bruins are in it.
Okay.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning are in it.
Where's it at?
Tampa.
How is that gonna work?
So they built the rink and they built a giant dome over the rink, and then once it comes time to play, they're gonna pull it off.
Okay. Good luck down there.
February 1st.
Good. Oh, okay. I'll be watching then because
Nothing will be on.
Yeah, I'll be watching it then. That's awesome. Can't wait for it.
Cool.
Wow, Capitals suck. They're not out of it. I'm just looking at how low they are. Rangers, for only 50 points, losing record. Then with the Devils, Toronto, not doing too good. Not good. But then again, it looks like no one's out of it.
No.
Except maybe the Rangers. Who's coaching the Rangers, by the way? I know the answer. Mike Sullivan.
Sully.
Ooh. But then again, there could be injuries and stuff. I haven't been able to
we
fully...
haven't been keeping up. Once it ends and we announce something, we'll keep up more.
Yeah. Once football ends, I tend to watch more hockey and basketball.
Hockey, basketball, baseball, and WWE. I will watch WWE weekly.
Yes. WWE, always weekly. Western, I'm just looking because I haven't looked at this in a while. Anaheim's doing good. Good for them. They used to suck. San Jose's in a wild card spot too. Good for them. Vancouver's sucking really bad.
And we also have one more thing. Their break's coming up.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. At
11 days, 10 days.
Yeah.
For the hockey, NHL, not hockey, Wimp Olympics. Oh my gosh, Jake.
We're getting there. We're getting to the winter. We're getting there soon. Moving on though, real quick. MLB lockout looming. Could it happen? 2027 lockout.
I love how. By the way, John just found out about this the other day. This is why it's on here. Essentially, it's because the Dodgers are paying everyone a lot of money, and their contract expires at the end of this year, and they want to get the contract renewed and try to get a salary floor and a salary cap. And that's what they're trying to do. And the players don't want it. That's how it's looming. But what is fun, though, is the Baseball World Classic is coming up. I believe it starts March 5th, which I will be watching. It's a fun time, John. I definitely recommend watching it, even though last time you said I won't watch because that WVU player didn't make it. Definitely
JJ Weatherholt wanted to be on the Korean team. And because I guess his lineage wasn't good enough, they said no. But there is clear evidence of other people in the past who did not have clear lineage, like direct lineage, being on the teams.
Yeah.
So poor JJ Weatherholt, man, he could be the rookie of the year for the St. Louis Cardinals. He could be. Yeah. So watch out for him. I'll be rooting for the Cardinals over the Pirates if I see games like that.
And it will be fun to root for the World Classic because we're going to see Judge, Skeens. We're going to see a bunch of players that we never see play together against other players like the Japanese baseball team. That will be fun. Can't definitely wait. We'll definitely talk about that. Maybe. We'll see. There's the reason why. WNBA not going on at the moment. Nothing. Let's talk other college sports.
I was going to say that Unrivaled League's happening, the 3-on-3 women's league. I haven't watched it. I saw one game of it. I had it on in the background while we were doing a pod. But, yeah, that's happening if you like some of the stars from the WNBA. College. We didn't talk about this yet. The playoff seeding was changed slightly. So, essentially what's changed is each Power 4 champ will get an auto bid now in the 12-team playoffs. So if we were to look at it, if we want to make this easy, if we were to look at it from this past season, the 4 auto bids would have been Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, and Duke would have all been in the playoffs this year, no matter what. And then the G5 school would have been Tulane. So, the 5th, the G6, whatever, champion will also get in too. So, because they say the top 5 conference winners, that's what it used to be. Now it's the Power 4 conference winners plus 1.
And this makes more sense because then it actually gives the conference championship meaning behind it.
Because there technically was no meaning for the most part for the ACC. And Miami still got in no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing that people are mad about is Notre Dame will get in no matter what if they are in the top 12.
This literally just sounds like to me that they cried so hard and the parent gave in. It was like, all right, here you go. Here's the iPad. You can go. You're good to go, kid. I hope they get their ass smacked this year and that they lose a bunch of games. Because it would be funny. They complained so much and then they had this giant fall off. It would be hysterical.
And I was the Notre Dame supporter for this year's playoffs. They should have been in, but I will be rooting for them to miss because this is ridiculous. Join a conference. That's the solution. So you can at least contend.
And there are people like, they have tradition. I get that.
I don't care.
But then go 16-0. Go win games. You know?
12-0.
You lost games.
Win every game.
Win every game.
They probably... I bet the committee will hate them too. Like, if they have 2 losses, they're going to find every way possible to keep them out.
I would.
Just because they'll finish 13. I'm calling it right now.
This pity privilege.
It is. It's unfortunate to see in college sports. Some last things. UFC, thank you for going on Paramount Plus. We get to watch you now, and there is a pay-per-view. I don't know if they're calling it PLE now or not, but pay-per-view is happening this Saturday. Royal Rumble in the afternoon.
I guess we don't even have to call it pay-per-view. We can just say UFC 325s this weekend. We don't even need pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah, that's the classic term to call it, though. A big event. It's the big event.
Yeah.
325. I'll be watching it.
320, dude. 324, Patty and Gaethje. Great fight. Great fight. That card at first was iffy, and I know you always pay for the main event, but that main event made it chef's kiss.
So good. Such a great main event.
Yeah. Great start, and we'll see what happens, especially with this White House fight.
That'll be a big thing to discuss in the summertime.
In June, yep.
Yeah.
But this
final thing. Winter Olympics are starting soon. Very soon. It's going to be very fun. We'll probably cover at the end of it something, because I think we have an episode planned at the end of February. So that'll probably be Winter Olympic update. We'll probably talk more about Winter Olympics next week, because they would not have started by next week. So we'll discuss it more. But the Winter Olympics, can't wait for them. The Summer Olympics are always my favorite. The Winter Olympics, we'll have hockey. Ice skating is always the big thing.
Curling.
There's
bobsledding.
The sledding, the skiing. It's fun. It's very fun. I highly recommend watching the Olympics. The summer ones, like 2 years ago, were so good.
Dude, Team USA basketball was so fun to watch.
That was the track and field.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch the marathon in 28.
I'm the big track guy, and watching the track events was so fun because USA won too.
And we're gonna get baseball and football in 28.
Flag football, but yeah,
it
can't wait for that. But the winter ones are always fun. They really
they are.
So we might preview that a little bit more next week, but that's coming up very soon in February. So stay tuned for that. Aside from that, that's going to do it for us on this Under the Lights. There's one more thing we'll discuss, but in terms of topics, that is pretty much it. I don't think I skipped over anything. So thank you so much for listening to these topics. Now, since this is the last episode of the week, next week, Super Bowl predictions will happen. Another Under the Lights episode will happen. We'll recap the Royal Rumble, all of that. We'll discuss more stories that happened over the past week. But the week after that, after the Super Bowl, we'll have our Super Bowl reaction. I don't know if we'll have Under the Lights or not, but we'll have our reaction to the Super Bowl. But after that, because the season for football is coming to an end, we are going to take a little break. So we're calling it our little Inside the Dome hiatus, mainly through the month of February into March. We're not going to be posting weekly on here. We're not. We're going to take a little break. We've been posting multiple a week on Inside the Dome since August for football. It's been a lot. So we're going to digest, cool down a little bit. I think we have one planned episode in February at the very end.
Yeah. The 26th, it says on the calendar, and that's to get in Elimination Chamber predictions, and we can talk other stuff that happened.
Yes. So we'll have a planned episode then, and then we will fully come back from our hiatus near the end of March, around when March Madness will begin. So once March Madness begins, we will return from hibernation. We will come back out, and we will start doing weekly episodes again. But after the Super Bowl, after that's done, we're going to take a little break. So if there is... I was going to say, if there's something crazy that happens, the craziest thing already was going to be the Steelers getting a head coach. That already happened. But if anything else crazy were to happen that requires a podcast episode to talk in length, we will do impromptu. Don't know what that would be fully. But if the Steelers get a quarterback, for example, like Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, because that all happens in March.
Yeah. There could be impromptu episodes if that comes up. Social medias will still keep those going. So if there's smaller news, we'll post on TikTok and the socials. So that's not stopping.
And Final Verdicts will still have episodes to a point. Obviously, there's movies. I know John and I want to talk Scream 7 because I'm seeing Scream 7, which I don't know how I got looped into that. But there's that. Oscars and Grammys are happening. Grammys are this Sunday. But we'll talk about stuff like that. It's not going to be weekly, but gives us.
I don't think we have a weekly show anyway during the hiatus for Inside the Dome. I don't even think there is a weekly show that we'll be watching. But yeah, Final Verdict is not going on a hiatus officially. We'll still have episodes, but there won't be like any weekly series happening. Yeah. So Final Verdict will not be on hiatus, but Inside the Dome will be after the Super Bowl, for us to chill a little bit. Don't have to do weekly episodes. So that's in the future, though. We still got a few more episodes until that, but just putting that out there now. So anyway, follow the social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. Find that all in the link tree in the link in bio. But other than that, though, thank you all for listening to this episode with Carl and Jacob. I'm John Dodera. Have a great day, everybody, and see you next time on Inside the Dome.